A wooden stake pierces untouched earth. A line is drawn, and a crowd believes the land belongs to the man holding the hammer. Critics of every stripe have adopted this moment as the defining wound of civil society, the inaugural act of modern inequality. But focusing on the physical fence obscures a deeper reality. Rousseau's impostor didn't invent the idea of taking, he was merely the first to be heard. By the time a claim is spoken aloud, an invisible enclosure has already taken place. The public ceremony in the field is a late arrival. Investigating the modern crisis of ownership requires moving past the physical perimeter. We have to look at the psychological boundary that preceded the fence. Imagine two people on an island with one apple between them. One eats, the other dies. The scale is small, but the exclusion is absolute. Biology describes the pressure of survival, yet we use moral words like justice or necessity to perfume the act. We want to believe the reach is right, rather than just predictable. John Locke attempted to ground this reach in labor, arguing that mixing one's effort with the earth produces a legitimate title to it. If labor grounds the claim, death should dissolve the deed. Instead, it passes to an heir contributing nothing but blood. Rentier property takes this further. Absentees extract value from systems they never touch or understand. The institution does the work of exclusion. The stories of sweat and soil are nostalgic myths. In reality, property has always sought one thing: the continuity of command detached from use. Every organism strives to persist. This is a descriptive fact. It is simply what biological entities do to remain alive. But persistence does not issue deeds. A flame persists through combustion, yet we don't grant it property rights over the wood. A transition occurs when moving from survival to the claim of entitlement. We translate a biological is into a moral ought. This internal inflation happens as the self returns a verdict on its own behalf, converting its perspective into a privileged principle. This elevation occurs inside the claimant long before the first stake is driven. The self encloses itself against the world, preparing the ground for the public fence. We find property in the field because we have already manufactured the claimant in the mind. The foundation is a move made in our internal grammar. Remedies for the problems of private property usually begin with the promise of collective ownership. Changing the claimant from an individual to a group leaves the architecture of exclusion untouched. A nation can be a landlord too. The true commons exists prior to title, a field of mutual overlap that ownership was designed to interrupt. This brings us back to the man in Rousseau's field, standing over his newly enclosed patch of ground. Cursing the fence or corner up the stakes offers only a temporary opening. As long as the grammar of entitlement remains, tomorrow's stakes are already being sharpened. The world remains carved up because the enclosure was never just in the dirt. It lives in the quiet elevation of the self. And until that is dismantled, the field will never be common ground.